No, I'm just going to admit this up front. I was an absolute a-hole in college. Like the kind of smug, not quite rich jokester, prankster who thinks he's way funnier than he is. And I'm also glad this was around 15 years ago, because a few years later, and I genuinely think that I would have tried to launch a career as one of those intolerable YouTube pranksters. You know the ones I'm talking about. Now, thankfully, my pranking days extended solely to being the class clown, and this led to a certain fraternity paying attention to me and encouraging me to pledge, so I did. Honestly, I loved the hazing. I was the one getting pranked, sure, but it made me the center of attention, and I was always up for going a step further than my fellow pledges. Now, looking back, I probably came across like the most cringe tryhard imaginable, and the frat bros scouting me out must have thought that they'd lucked out with a clueless gooner like me. Now, I still wonder to this day whether if things had turned out differently, I would have been rejected from the fraternity anyway, and I kind of think that maybe I would have as the ultimate prank. And so when I was doing my initiation, it was back when Amazon had just gotten really big, and with their meteoric rise, we'd also seen a decline in the quality of delivery drivers. It was that weird period between Amazon drivers treating your packages like a Goomba from Mario, and Ring doorbells only existing for the rich and famous. And so regularly, Amazon packages were just free for the taking, dumped into people's yards or left on their front doorsteps ready for some complete idiot like me to come along and swipe them, and then inevitably trash the contents unless it was something really good, which it never was. Now, I must have stolen upwards of 15 packages from poor, stupid Amazon customers. Now, one time I got a box of lingerie, and another time there was this wiener pump, and those are literally the only two remotely interesting things I stole. Mostly I just took people's vitamins, a dog bowl, a little plush toy, and some exercise equipment and other assorted stuff. And then one day, I saw it. A large tantalizing package sitting on a doorstep just there for the taking. It had to be something good, like a microwave oven or a custom kitchen delivery. It just had to be, and I knew it. I could feel it in my bones, so I had my idiot cameraman, another pledge, film me creeping up to do a crab walk in a hoodie and jeans like I was some type of Temu iDubbbz. And then I grasped the package with both hands and yanked it backwards. It exploded. And I don't mean one of those cute glitter bombs that they use now. I mean, it literally exploded. It burned my face and scorched my hoodie, the polyester, right to my skin. No, I was screaming and disoriented in absolute agony. My cameraman, the coward that he was, had already shrieked and ran away. And then they came, leaping out of the bushes, a group of masked men waiting for me to try to steal that package. Now, I was down for the count, suffering from what felt like third-degree burns, but realistically were probably only first-degree. They felt worse, though, as the masked men started kicking and punching me. They were yelling at me for being a thief, a scum, a criminal. They said I was everything wrong with America, that I was ruining the fabric of this goddamn country. All because I tried to steal an Amazon package as part of a fraternity prank. And you know what? I can't disagree with them. I was a prick, and I deserved a kicking. And I can't say I deserved the shattered eye socket or the permanent limp or the shattered arm that required a metal rod to hold it together, and maybe that punishment was a bit extreme. But at the time, I did convince myself that I deserved it. And the paramedics were called by a neighbor, obviously, long after the masked men had disappeared. But I told them I was jumped by a gang of young people from a rival college, and no, I had no idea who they were, and I preferred that they didn't pursue the crime if possible. And the cops honestly seemed all too happy to oblige. Less work, less paperwork, I guess. And I really did convince myself that I had it coming, and maybe I was right. Maybe I did. But here's the really weird part, though. I went back to that house months later, and I wasn't sure if I'd approach or not, but I decided to just watch from my car for a while. Maybe it had new owners. Maybe this wasn't who I tried to steal the package from. But the people living in the house now were a young family with 2 young kids. None of them seemed like the type to be involved in a violent assault. And so to this day, I don't know if I was targeted by someone related to the household or a group of violent vigilantes who were going after people like me. Now, the latter idea is kind of terrifying because it kind of makes me wonder, what if they decided that I haven't changed my ways enough and come after me again? Now, I've tried my best. I've tried to be a clean living boy, and one thing's for sure, I did not pursue joining that fraternity after all, and a regular dorm room and weekly chess club is all the excitement I want in my life. Thank you very much.